Oh, I had to do just a little bit of searching this morning as I was taking my walk. I had to figure it out. I had to question it. I had to ask more guidance for to know more because it almost feels like trying to straighten up a race car on a video game using your phone. You're over this way too much, or you're over this way too much, but you never did center. What am I talking about? Well, I am, as I'd said yesterday, I came in at 219.2. I was so very tickled about it, and I was expecting to be 218 something, even if it was like 218.9 or something. And I came in this morning at 221.3. Now, I told Jens that I was going to have double meat because they had already pretty well been exposed, so I needed to go on ahead and eat both of them. And I had also said that I believed that I needed to go on ahead and have more carbs, but to keep the sugar intake down. In other words, at least my carbs hang around 100 grams or so, so that I've got the energy. Look, I had really gotten weak last week where I was having pretty well all protein and I was keeping the carbs way under 100 grams. I was keeping them around 42%. And I had really gotten weak. And I would have thought that I'd gotten stronger as far as any energy and stuff. But, mm-mm. And so this morning on my walk, I I got asking the Lord. I said, okay, just what is it that I need to do? And I went looking back in my memory about just how I had ate over the weekend that led up to me going from 222.2 on Saturday to 220.7 Sunday, and then 219.2 yesterday. And the simple fact was that I didn't concentrate heavily on the protein and I didn't overstuff myself. And I had gone walking Saturday morning at my favorite park, done a decent trail, but Sunday night I went with my sister to a tent meeting and the service was great and I didn't do any actual dancing, but I got really excited through the worship. So I am working on making sure that I walk every morning, trying to keep up with that, more or less trying to increase somewhat a little bit um, how many steps and calories I burn as far as that goes on my walk. Um, the Lord did reveal to me, though, that my metabolism isn't strong enough to metabolize animal protein. That instead of having extra meat on my dinner, to get my protein through other products, like through cheeses and my yogurt and, like peanut butter, stuff like that. For me to get my protein through other products and just keep myself to a single serving of meat. Um, so in a way that also means like in the morning or whenever I have my first meal that it would be better if I didn't have, well, no, I guess it would be okay if I continued having egg and sausage because the egg is definitely more digestive than a solid meat. So I guess that's actually okay. I'm just having to ask the Holy Spirit to guide me in what foods I can and cannot eat. But, and I'm not talking about it being forbidden fruit or anything, but I'm talking about what my system can break down and digest. And apparently, as I had said, my body does need the carbs, it just doesn't need all the added sugar. And I can still have sugar, but not as much as what I was actually taking in at one time. So, understanding now that the more solid meats, I can't double up on those. Like having the flat steak with the chicken thigh or flat steak with a pork chop or a chicken and a pork chop. I can have either a chicken thigh, either a pork chop, or a flat steak, but I can't combine them. That's too much. And there had come a point in time where I had even struggled at having bathroom time. So apparently I do not digest the meats as easily. So I've definitely got to keep that in mind as I do my meal. Um, but God is also encouraging me to continue pre-making my daily menu. And I really feel like that helps a whole lot. I feel in a way kind of that's my anchor. And I guess logging it is okay when it comes to finding out how many calories they are. But I don't believe he's really wanting me to worry about the macros as much. I mean, as far as it goes, like keeping everything within the daily allowance, that's one thing. Um, but to absolutely focus on the proteins and really cut the carbs way, way down, it no, he did tell me to have well balanced meals, to eat only when hungry and stop when satisfied, and to write down what I eat. That's what he told me to do. And then he told me that extra sugars goes against me and causes my stomach, my belly to continue to protrude too far because I was concerned about that. I started thinking I might have had a tumor or something. I was concerned. And the Lord revealed to me that it was because I was having way too much sugar with my iced mocha and my yogurt and whatever else I took in, and that I had to bring down my sugar content to lower it. Not cut it out, but lower it. So I don't have all that much written down for me to eat today. I'm going to be doing a food review, and you'll be able to check that out on the Food Critic. later on today. Um, but other than that, like this morning, I had 2 pieces of buttered toast, 2 sausages, half cup of yogurt, and a cup of coffee with creamer and sugar. And I had added a little bit of real vanilla extract. So I prefer it without the vanilla. I think it tastes better without the vanilla, so I won't be adding vanilla again. Um, I had already logged it, and I am under the calorie allotment. And sure to form, my protein isn't as high as I had been aiming, but my carbs are back up to about where they need to be. I didn't look to see about the energy support and all that. I didn't bother to look at that. I didn't look at the analysts. But I hate trying to learn all this, but it's for my own body, my own system. And you know how the diet industry is, or how the certified dieters, trainers, nutritionists, they say aim for the proteins, cut down your carbs, cut out sugars, da 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 da. Well, I tried that. I tried it. I tried it the way that they said. I concentrated greatly on my protein, and I brought my carbs way down. I didn't necessarily cut out the sugars, but I have brought the sugars down. But instead of losing weight, I just hung. I hung in place. I didn't lose weight. So I'm going to stop listening to the pros, and I'm going to do what the Holy Ghost leads me to do because He knows my system. And even those with hypothyroidism like me, apparently not one glove fits all. So I'm just going to have to do what the Holy Ghost leads me to do. So with that being said, me hearing that I can't process animal protein, and even Bree says that not everybody can digest protein like that. Not everybody can handle a lot of protein like that. So at least she admits that. She concentrates on making sure she's got plenty of protein, but apparently she can. But she said that not everybody can handle protein like that. So I am going to try to make sure that I keep a decent amount of protein in my meal plans. That that means me finding products that does have protein and just kind of shoving it in there without overeating, and make sure that I've got enough carbs for energy, but that there really isn't any added sugars, or that it is lower sugar than like what I would have in an iced coffee, and just kind of keep it at that. And we will see what happens there. Everything should work out so much better. And I do have to admit, I had a really stuffed plate. I mean, my plate was full. And by the time I was eating my dinner, plus I had ice cream on a cone, I was overstuffed. And that's actually abusing my body by stuffing myself. I didn't glutton, just I didn't I didn't stop because I've been going on the fact that I have cut my portions down and therefore my portions are pretty well just right and according to the calories and everything. But apparently that's not the case. And I did notice because I didn't eat as heavy over the weekend that I didn't get hungry early either. I was all right. I stayed fine during the evening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go back to the month of March and I am going to kind of study at what I had done when I was trying to do the 50K and exactly when the weight was dropping off and what I was eating. I know that for a while, at least for a week, I tried to stick with 1,200 calories. I mean, that was a definite. But I'm wanting to go over and see just what it was that I was eating during that time. Because if I remember correctly, I had lost 6 pounds in 2 weeks. So I am going to kind of look over that. I'm going to study it. And I'm going to see just how it was that I had done. That way I can almost sounds like we got ducks over there. We haven't had ducks before. Huh, ducks or geese. I might go over there and check that out in a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to kind of go back on my notes, my list of foods and stuff, what I had ate during that time, kind of get a better idea of what I was doing, and then put two and two together because it's really getting to the point. I'm confusing myself, and I don't know what I'm hearing the Lord say and what I'm saying. So I need to go back and look at it, look at my notes, and take it from there. Put two and two together and realize, okay, this is what. I think I believe I understand more. Before I was confident and said, I really know it now. And here I didn't get any further. So now I'm saying, I think I got it now. That way I'm not lying to anybody, including myself. I need to know this stuff and I need to know it for fact. That way I can continue on down the road. Ah, such a learning process. And I'm finding that it isn't too awful much different from what I had done in 2018 and 19. Not really, it isn't. Not too awful much. Oh, gracious, y'all. It is exceedingly hot out. I'm having a time with the HVAC. like the conditioner is working and it manages to cool the house down until it gets too hot outside and then it can't fight it no more. But unfortunately, the fan in the unit continues to run even if the thermostat is turned off. So I had to call an AC, and they should be here tomorrow, they said, and see what's going on with that unit and why the fan isn't kicking off. And get down to the bottom of it. But the good news is at least we're not burning up. We are staying cool. That's the good thing. We're staying cool. But it sure isn't a pretty thing for that fan to keep running on that unit. Not to mention it's quite disturbing if I'm trying to hear my church service online. I only get half of what my pastor says. That doesn't make it very good at all. I love coming out here and talking to you all, enjoying the outdoors and looking at the trees and the plants. And I think it's nice doing it. Would you all like to see something? I'm actually a little tickled of it. And God planted it, not me. Let me take you. I'm going to show you this. Let me turn you around. I have a pretty little baby oak. Y'all see that? I hope you can see it. I believe I got the viewfinder on it. I can't see you all because of the grass glaring. But I think I got you on it. Anyway, yep. I need to cut the grass out from the little tree bed that I've got for it. But I got this set up so I don't mow it. But I love it. It's so pretty. I look forward to seeing it when it becomes fuller and taller. It's going to make an awesome shade tree out here. I love it. I think it's so pretty. All right, let me get you back. I hope that I had gotten that tree in shot. But I love that little tree. And I do. I look forward to seeing it become fuller, taller, be more of a shade tree. That's going to be nice. That's going to be real nice. And it's going to, I mean, there's already trees out here, but there's no tree in the middle. Not a real tree, not a shade tree or anything. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. I really don't have anything else to talk about. Now, this morning when I went walking, the skies were really clear, but we're starting to get some heavy thunderheads. I don't know if we're going to end up with rain later today or if they're just going to blow over. It's always hard to tell when you get a bunch of those thunderclouds coming over, but they're not really gathered together or anything. They're just kind of floating by. I think they're beautiful clouds, so I like the wispy clouds too. Sometimes, if you notice, I'll use a thumbnail that's got a picture of the sky, a collection of clouds, or like maybe a sunset or something. When I go walking and I see the sky, like maybe the cloud formations or whatever, and I see how beautiful they are. Like I see their different hues, their different colors when the sun is shining on them a certain way, or when the sun is in a certain position in the sky, and the color that it brings up. I have captured it in the morning, I have captured it in the evening, and the colors and hues are just spectacular. And the cloud formations as well, just remarkable. And so I've actually got a small hobby of photographing the skies when they are of a different color or design. And I had done one collage, had tons of different colors and cloud shapes. And I didn't get very many views on that. I done it on YouTube, and I didn't get very many views, which surprised me because I thought that would be a fascination to people, but people didn't quite bite it. But I'm collecting them again, and I'm going to do another collage, and I'm going to post it here on Rumble, and hopefully I will get even more attraction to that because they're beautiful. They're amazing disguise. And I'm a nature lover. I love looking at the different types of trees and flowers and plants. I enjoy the breeze blowing across my face. I love looking at the skies when there are cloud formations and what position the sun is in, so it gives different hues. I mean, I am an outdoor enthusiast. I love going to the beach or to waterfronts, whether it be a lake or whatever, and I love looking at the water and watching the waves. I'm just, I'm into stuff like that. I almost, in a crazy sort of way, I kind of feel like I'm in a position that has never been touched by man, you know? Like being even more one with the Lord by being out in His creation. And I don't like being stuck indoors. I can't stand being stuck indoors. And I think that's the reason why I started live streaming outside. I like to do my devotions outside also, but I haven't been doing it. I just I love being outside. And when I do go walking, I really would prefer walking trails over walking a street or a road or a neighborhood. I really would rather walk a trail anytime. And I would walk a trail every single day. And I'm like the one at McBrayer, nobody walks it, so it's not really. maintained, and you get to the other half of it and it's more grown up and everything, and it's more uncomfortable to walk through. And I like walking on long trails and not no little one that gives you a small tease and you can't even hardly get through it. So I just like getting out there in nature and enjoying it, hearing the different bird sounds and stuff. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, that's about it that I've got to share concerning my weight loss and stuff that I'm doing on my journey. Just having to bear down and learn it and get it under my belt. That way I can really start losing the weight and it be permanent. You know, this going up and down is crazy. I lose so many pounds and then I gain that. And it just, I mean, I can see staying stable for a little bit and whatnot, but this going up and down, bobbing, mm, I would like for it to be a little bit more of a steady pace. But I think I understand what the Lord was saying when He said a well balanced meal. He didn't specify to focus on proteins and eliminate carbs. He said have a well balance. So in all honesty, I have disobeyed him in many ways in this journey. Going off on my own way, half cocked with challenges left and right, and not following his pattern. A great way to honor him through disobedience. But I got this. I got it. Because I'm not letting go of it. I'm going to keep asking him questions and getting it and getting it and getting it until I really do get it. And then I got it. I'm not going to stop the fight. I am really getting involved with this now. It's not a half-cocked game anymore. This is a full-blown war that I'm determined to win. And I can only do it through Jesus Christ. So anyway, I'm going to go on ahead and let you all go with that. And I hope you liked my baby tree. I hope I got it in the shot so that you saw it. Because I couldn't get a good look at the lens to see if it was in my view. I couldn't. And I tried. So I hope that you saw it. And that you like it. And if not, I'm sorry. Anyway, I love you all and I greatly appreciate you. And you all really are truly terrific. You really are. I can't say it enough. I love you greatly. And I do very highly appreciate you. I will be seeing you tomorrow with another live stream. And hopefully this time I will have better news for tomorrow. And my mockingbird is up there. He's so gorgeous. He's talking to me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's a beautiful sound, isn't it? They're remarkable. That's him. Every bit of that. That's him. Beautiful. You're just so beautiful. So anyway, yeah, with that being said, as I had said to you, I love you and greatly appreciate you. And you all have a great rest of your day.